think one of the big highlights here really was, of course, Gollum showing up again. Gollum and playing off
a younger, 60 years younger,
smoother looking,
smoother skin, a little hair, hair. His eyes aren't as deep set.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's always welcome to see
Andy Serkis doing his stuff.
And doing his A game.
Yeah.
And it was just fun, just
playing his schizo self.
Right. Seeing him play off Bilbo, so that was fun.
Yeah.
Right? And even Ian McKellen, none of these guys are phoning it in.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, it's just back, we'll just do what we did before.
Yeah.
They were just still, they did a great job. Seeing Saruman, seeing Galadriel and Elrond, great to see those guys. And I'm looking forward to seeing a lot more of those cameos from the old guys as well. It was just when I watched it, I watched in the 48 HPS with 3D, and it is jarring when you first see it because the way it's shot, it looks like it's shot on a video cam, but the nice thing about it is that special effects look a lot more seamless compared to if you remember the first Lord of the Rings, you could see a lot of the flaws.
Right.
But this one, it feels all really seamless.
Okay.
And they really spared no expense. But it's just you're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate the 48 FPS experience. I think they still have to tinker with it a lot more to improve it. So because they're really saying that it's supposed to look like people in a box basically. Yeah. All that separates you from them is just some like a window bit here, but it's not the case.
Yeah.
It's not there yet.
Right.
Hopefully, maybe next year they'll perfect it in the second one. I don't know. So this is just an awesome movie because of not just because it just brings a lot of nostalgia out. It's just that Jackson just knew that the pace. I think he sensed it. Even the pace in some of the Lord of the Rings movies are really slow.
Yeah.
And he took that out here. And of course, he took a lot of he also took out a lot of all the gay innuendo here. There was barely any gay. There weren't any gay moments
but
here.
But again, like I realized when I was about to watch it for the second time, if Galadriel wasn't in this movie,
there'd be no
zero sausage fest.
Yeah,
absolute sausage fest, espadahan. So thank you, Galadriel and Kate Blanchett, for staying young. Providing a little eye candy for us.
Right. Although I think they're gonna make up for even more for that in the next movie when Evangeline Lilly shows up.
Yeah, she's gonna be an elf.
Yeah.
I'm like, Evangeline Lilly.
Yeah, so at least that'll make up for it.
Yeah. Kate from Lost.
Yeah. And who else is a standout here? I thought Thorin Oakenshield was pretty standout.
Yeah, Armitage is really good.
Yeah, he's a semi-good replacement for Aragorn.
Yeah.
Right? He was a badass character. He measured that whole ability. He had that whole ability thing going on.
Yeah, the oaken shield.
The oaken shield, exactly.
Yeah, it's pretty good. According to one of my friends, she watched the three movies after again.
Wow.
And she said that there's a part where they're near Rivendell and those ogres are there as stone. It leads back to it.
No way.
Yeah, she texted me like a day, 2 days ago and said that.
What is this? Is this like the extended edition or the?
I don't know. Vea, ikaw nanood nito, ewan ko pero ikaw may sabi niyan. So there, yeah.
I like that scene.
Yeah,
that was a fun scene.
It was fun.
It was fun seeing it was fun to see all the trolls actually not just being background characters, but really being prominent characters.
And Bilbo using his wits to outwit them.
Right. And that was, I think for me that was drew me in the whole story arc of Bilbo Baggins because it's all about him being this unwilling hero,
also allowing himself to be inconspicuous.
Right.
And
to be a burglar.
Because hobbits can be inconspicuous when they choose to be. That's why they're the ideal burglars.
Yes, exactly. Just a burglar. And it was just a nice story arc between him and trying to prove himself to Thorin. Yeah. And I mean, of course, it plays out the way you expect it, but it still felt, it ended well.
Yeah.
The way it happened, and the ending just leaves you wanting more, and it just. Well, makes you wonder though, if the next movie is really about Smaug, and it's just like, what the hell's the third one's going to be?
Yeah, I know.
But it's Peter Jackson, so you know, maybe yes, maybe it's for extra cash. You know, maybe it is, but this guy's a smart guy.
Yeah.
So I gotta give him credit for that he'll actually pull the third movie off. Because apparently there's a lot of material in the appendix of all the Lord of the Rings that can like be used. That's what he's using. He's like using 120 pages more.
Oh man.
It's hard, right? I mean, because you got Lord of the Rings where he had to like find which ones to leave out.
Right.
Right. He had to figure out which ones the stories to leave out. Here it's the other. It's the opposite way around.
What can I put in?
He's got to figure out how much he's gonna put in.
Because apparently Galadriel wasn't in the Hobbit at all,
No.
but they managed to put her back in there.
Yeah. And so hopefully the next two movies aren't just gonna be, fat.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's not the case. So yeah, for me, I'm rating this an A now.
An A, absolutely.
It was just that kind of movie, that epic, fast-paced, funny.
Epic is a good word.
Yeah.
Epic is a very good word for this.
Character-driven.
Yeah.
So
I really don't get everyone who said they found it boring, they found it badly paced.
Yeah.
I don't understand what is wrong with you people. Maybe you were sleepy or what, but I do not agree. It's an A.
Yeah, definitely. So there. Anyway, tune in. We'll be covering our top 5 movies for the year. So stay tuned for that.